And so I hope that you will join us and enjoy it. Let me see. And we are live on YouTube. So good morning, everybody. Here with a beautiful group. Marcy, I didn't see you come in. So I'm here with a great group of people, and we are reading A Course of Love by Mari Perone. It's a channeled work that is comes from a higher mind, whether you want to call it Jesus, which a lot of folks do, and that's fine, whatever you want to call it. But it's not even Jesus because Jesus was never a person either, right? Um, we try to personify this God, Jesus character, but none of them ever actually were or are. This is all a part of our dream, our illusion. And so, you know, what I think I am is something different than what I really am. So we have been reading the Prelude, which is the message that came apparently before, or the way that this is set up, and Mari has set that up, is that it's almost like a, a musical piece or something. So she has different titles for these different sections, but this is the section called the Prelude. And so I'm just going to start on paragraph 10, which is where we got to from last week. And if anyone has any comments or thoughts as we're going along, please feel free to put your hand up and also choose if you like to read along. It'd be great as well. So, all right. So, paragraph 10 of the prelude. Many of you desire to be quote unquote foot soldiers, to just live the good life without claiming glory, without having any grand ideas about yourselves. It is possible to do much without recognizing who you are, but it is impossible to be who you are, and you are what the world is for. Your recognition of yourself and your recognition of your brothers and sisters is what the world is for. You hear that? Your recognition of yourself with a capital S and your recognition of your brothers and sisters is what the world is for. To stop before this is accomplished, when it is in reach, is every bit as insane as a belief in the ego. Ask yourself what it takes, or what it is that stops you. This is what Sharon was just talking about this whole time. What is it that's stopping us from recognizing ourselves and our brothers as the Christ? What are these obstacles to peace? What is these laws of chaos that make us think that everybody's different and everything is justified in being separate? What is it that keeps us apart? Um, Ask yourself what it is that stops you. As humble as you seem to be in your choice, you are still letting the ego make your choice. This is not humility, but fear. Paragraph 11. The further teachings of the original course, and she's talking about A Course in Miracles, because this is kind of an expansion of A Course in Miracles. It comes from, if you haven't read the Course in Miracles, which I know a lot of people who do Course of Love have not read A Course in Miracles, I think that you're kind of missing the point, because this is like expounds on the principles of A Course in Miracles. And so, having a deep understanding of the Course in Miracles is really helpful when looking at a book like this, A Course of Love, or any other one that came afterwards, like all the work of Sebastian, all the Age of the Heart, and Choose Only Love, and Resurrection Consciousness, and all of those books. Those are all based on the firm foundation that we have achieved by studying A Course of Miracles. So this is an expansion of that firm foundation. Paragraph 11. The further teachings of the original course were designed to turn fear into love. When you think you can go only so far and no further in your acceptance of the teachings of the Course and the truth of yourself as God created you, you are abdicating love to fear. You are perhaps making this world a better place, but you are not abolishing it. See, and this is the point. We're here trying to make the world a better place, not abolish it, not make it disappear. In your acceptance of doing good works and being a good person, you are accepting ministry to those in hell rather than choosing heaven. All right. This is really something. In your acceptance of doing good works and being a good person, you are accepting ministry to those in hell rather than choosing heaven. You accept what you view as possible and reject what you perceive as impossible. You thus cling to the laws of man and reject the laws of God. You claim your human nature and reject your divine nature. And I see this. I see this so often. People who are students of A Course in Miracles, teachers of A Course in Miracles, are unwilling to go beyond their relationship with the world um, to their own divine nature. We're so willing to claim our human nature uh, and totally reject our divine nature. And our human nature is not our reality. And our human nature is what should be being rejected. If you're going to reject anything, reject the thing that says I'm not the Son of God. Reject the thing that says that I'm a body. Reject the thing that says that I am in this world. Reject those things and accept that I am one with my Father. I'm among the ministers of God. Accept the truth about yourself and reject the falseness. So, what is this rejection but rejection of your capital S self? What is this rejection but fear masquerading as humility? What is this rejection but rejection of God? What is this but a rejection of miracles? You have who have rejected yourself, capital S self, are likely to feel increasingly burdened. Although an initial burst of energy may have followed your reading of the Course or your discoveries of other forms of the truth, although you may have even experienced what seemed to be miracles happening, quote unquote, to you, as you continue to reject yourself, this energy and these experiences that lightened your heart would have begun to recede and to seem as distant and unreal as a mirage. All that you retain is a belief in effort and a struggle to be good and to do good, a belief that clearly demonstrates that you have rejected who you are. Do we get this? Are we getting this? Does
Yeah, I
this?
love this. I mean, if you want me to, yeah, I mean, it's just like this. What this book is doing is it's just reiterating everything that we do with the course too.
Right. And saying, yeah, you've done this course and everything, but why haven't you achieved why haven't you waken up? Why are you still suffering in the world? Why do you still believe that you're in hell? And you have the Course in Miracles. How many times have I read the Course in Miracles? How many times have I done the workbook lessons? Why do I still believe that I'm in hell? And he's saying very clearly here is because I have not accepted the truth of what I am and still continue
Boy,
to
I love,
accept
love that. I
this. Yeah,
love that.
yeah. So no wonder, yeah, I'm still trying to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. I'm still trying to make
Yes.
my life a better life, make the world a better place. Worry about politics, worry about um, what appears to be going on in the world as if it were real, and put my energy into it and put my hopes and fears into it. And he's saying, why you keep doing that when you know that it's not what's really happening. And so, ask myself that question. And it's because I believe I still want to be here. And it's just what you were just reading and just saying, Sharon.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I just have to be honest. It's like being an alcoholic. It's
Yeah,
like going
yeah,
to an alcoholic meeting and saying, "Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm an ego."
yes. I think I'm an ego. Yeah.
Right. I think I'm eating. Wait a minute. I'm going to do a whole step program on this because it's the truth. There's this like attachment, like, but wait a minute, just give me more time here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know that if I got out of this, I would be in complete ecstasy and joy.
Right.
But I want to stay here for a while because my children,
Yeah,
oh
my
my
children.
my business, my spouse, my husband,
I
why?
love them all.
I mean, seriously, you do have to laugh.
You have to laugh because we are totally insane. Like, who wouldn't want to be God? I mean, come on, guys, we have power. Like, what? But we're all in the same boat here. I would say Robert is with his writings, again, like he hits the nail on things for me. Like he just, even what he said that, we can't really read now about, what's going on in the current times. But it's also like taking the responsibility of saying, this you can only see your own consciousness. You cannot see anyone else's. But I'm not like him. Yeah, you are, because if you pointed there and this is a hologram and this is your dream, hell, that's you.
Yeah, yeah. It is absolutely what I'm looking at is what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Is no
Yeah,
exception.
it's just, but the laughter can break the guilt a lot down because there's guilt in not letting this stuff go.
Oh yeah,
Guilt is like orange juice in the morning. Like just swallow some guilt. Let me see
yeah,
what's happening in this world. What's happening right now in this world? There's nothing happening. It's all made up. But again, but it looks so real. That's still playing in the illusion. It looks real, but it's empty. And if you really look at the fact that the space that we're in is doing it all. We're doing nothing. So all I'm doing is listening to the chatterbox and saying, just give me a little more time, a couple more weeks, and then I'll claim it.
right. Or till my kid grows up, or till this person gets well, or till uh, uh you know,
Elizabeth's writing too. Yeah,
my
eventually.
business is in better shape, or then I'll do soon as all this stuff is straightened up, I'll start paying attention to my reality and looking for the truth. But right now I have a job to do, and it's to make sure it keeps turning, keep the world turning.
Yeah, let me just be special. Oh, everybody will remember me. Meanwhile, there's nothing to remember. When
Right.
this dream falls away, it goes like that. It's done. It's nothing.
Yeah, and you don't remember any of it, which is why people are afraid of it. Oh no, I don't want to forget how, I worked really hard to do that. It's so important to me. Well, then keep it. If that's what you want, you keep all these things. Yeah. Uh-huh. You just stay right here. You keep all
Right.
this stuff.
Just be
Uh,
miserable because you are right now, aren't you? You're
yeah.
miserable.
Yeah. Live in fear. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's what you ask for. You are getting exactly what you asked for. And until you decide that you don't want that anymore, that's what you'll keep getting. You know? I mean,
Yeah, and it's the thing is the challenge is like you wake up in the morning and there's like these people that are living there.
hmm
When I lived by myself, I really did think I was further along than I was because there was nobody there and I was listening, this stuff, but there's an attraction and that's what I want to get to in my groups and I'll can send you the copies of it because this attraction to guilt is so well, you know what it is. It's in our book, but also in Ken's book. He really talks about the fact that we are in such deep guilt, like guilt that we can't see yet, right? I keep forgetting all the things I worry about today will disappear along with me and the universe. Oh, did you see what he wrote just now? I keep forgetting all the things I worry about today.
Yeah.
will disappear along with me and the universe. That's it. We're going to just dissolve like we weren't even here. There's nowhere to go, folks.
Yeah. And
Start
and
crying.
ego's terrified of that. I mean, the ego does not
Yeah.
want,
Yeah, but I
no,
mean, the problem is I think I'm the ego.
right. And so I'm going to do everything I can to keep myself alive, alert, aware, and that's, and I'm going to justify it because
Yeah,
hey, I'm not there yet.
that
I'm
was it.
not there yet. I don't. Yeah, I'm not there yet. So I'm not there yet. Well, the only reason you're not there yet because you keep thinking you're not there and making excuses for yourself and
Well, it's
and and
the word of God. That's what we are. We're putting out a word that says we're not there. And it's like, but I want to hate so and so, or I want to, whatever it is.
exactly
It's
because
a
I
disease.
want
It's a disease. It's like I'm Sharon and I'm an ego. I'm addicted to the ego is
I'm
really what it
addicted to
is.
the ego. Exactly. Yeah, and Sharon is addicted to the ego, but you are not.
Well, I'm
And
watching it and saying, what the hell is she talking about? What is she talking
yeah,
about?
and why why doesn't she listen to me?
Well, I'm
Oh,
not good as a listener, I guess. It's just ridiculous. It's so,
yeah.
Oh, here Mickey wrote, "Hi, I'm an egoholic." Yes,
Yes,
that's the best
exactly.
word, Mickey. The ego is addicted to itself. Yes, because it can't be. We can't be addicted to it because we're not even there. But which part of us believes? Like, what is it about all of us? I guess that doesn't want to just hold that light and say, "Look what we are. We're the power of the universe."
Yeah,
Like it's almost like, no, no, I don't want that. I don't want
yeah.
that beautiful diamond in the pocket.
Because I don't know what I would do with it if I had it.
Yeah, the ego's addicted to
I
itself.
don't know what I'd do with it if I had it because I don't have it. I don't know how powerful it is, how freeing it is, how filled with joy it is. That's
Right,
the thing, it's because I've denied myself it. I can't actually
right.
experience the beauty of it. I'm going to continue reading. And
I
so,
love what Mickey just wrote because she's right. But we still want to be these identities, these personality. Yeah, that's
yeah,
just the truth.
yeah,
And until you claim that an egoholic, and that's really what we are. And I will have to do some kind of step things because I kind of just really want to just say, in this ego identity, it's hell. What? It's insane. Okay, where do you want me to read, or are you going to read?
sure, you can read. And I see I highlighted this, so I thought this was really beautiful. So, yeah, please go ahead and read.
I love what you highlight. Okay, so should I go on
Yeah, oh
13?
child of God. Yeah,
O child of God, you have no need to try at all, no need to be burdened or to grow tired and weary. You who want to accomplish much good in the world realize that only you can be accomplished. You are here to awaken from the slumber. You are here not to awaken to the same world, a world that seems a little more sane than before, but still governed by insanity. It is true. Like you kind of feel like the way I see my mind, I'm definitely progressing, and progress is everything. Because in the program 12 steps they say progress, not perfection. So I think that it's really important that we just said, yeah, we're making progress, but more progress is to really get firm with the mind and say, look, I'm not the character. She's no great thing. I'm not going to miss anything because that's really what the ego in me wants to know. Well, what do you mean? I don't want to miss anything. I want to still cry. I want to watch a sad movie. I want to eat something good. All of that is how the ego just sits there and says, you ain't getting out of here, baby. And you know what? It's up to us because we are the power. We are the power. Take back
yeah.
your power.
Well, and it's
Anyway,
so weird. I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
that's okay. No, go ahead.
It's like the ego just everything that the ego tells us that we want are things that we already have, but it's being withheld from us by our own thoughts and being doled out to us a little bit at a time.
Yes.
Here's a little bit of happiness for you. Oh my goodness, a baby born. Here's a little bit of, oh no.
Oh, I'm so
Um,
happy. That's what happens. We go like this. We're going the way I see this whole like world is You're happy he likes me. He doesn't. Oh, like it's like up and down. And the promise of the pleasure is really what this mind holds on to. That's what I
Yes.
see.
Yes. And if you're an addict, if you've ever been addicted to anything, drugs, alcohol, anything like that, the pleasure is what you look for. But the once you uh, hit that, especially if you're alcohol, if you're drinking, people will continue to drink after they're completely blitzed out drunk because they want to get drunker. They want to feel
They want more.
well, they want more. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I drink a glass of wine and I'm done. You can don't even ask me
Right.
if I
I
want
can't. I
any
don't
more
drink it
because
all
I,
anymore.
I
You know.
but I don't and I can't because I hate that feeling of just like being out of control, which that's my problem. I have to be in control all the time, so I'll
You
never
know
be an
that at all.
alcoholic. Seriously,
I
I'm
just
such
want
a
to.
control freak.
You know, the thing is, ego will say, "I hope you live a long life, Sharon, because it's going to take you a long time to undo this sucker." That's what it says.
Mhm.
And it's undone already. If I just,
Right. And that's what
because
we're
if
getting
I'm
ready to
dying
do.
and I say, I don't want to leave my children.
Exactly. So continue reading. Let's see. Start from you are not here
Okay.
to awaken to the same world. Right here. You are not here.
You're
Okay.
not here to awaken to the same world, a world that seems a little more sane than before, but still governed by insanity. Ah, a world in which it seems possible to help few others, but certainly not all others, and to awaken to a new world. If all that you see changed within your world is a little less sanity than before, then you have not awakened, but are still caught in the nightmare your ego has made. I've got to read this over. Okay, this is pretty good. If all that you see changed within your world is a little less insanity than before, then you have not awakened, but are still caught, because we're still looking for progress in the world. Like, is this going to make my life better, Lynn? Because if it's not, I want Sharon's life to be better. That's not what this is about. This is about there is no life but life. And I am Mickey. I am Lynn. I am Robert. I'm Elizabeth. We are all each other. And we could just be with that. Nothing special. No one's more, it's like specialness was like a disease for this mind. It was like my dad said that to me continuously through my life. You're so special, Sharon. And I was like, thanks. I want to be your favorite. Look how mean that is. It's just like, it's just so, anyway.
Not only
Um,
that, but did you actually believe it when he said it?
no,
That's
no,
the thing. You didn't believe it because you didn't experience yourself that way.
no, because we hate ourselves, but we don't
Yeah.
know that.
Even
But
little children.
yeah, we're self conscious. We want our, you know, I took Asher out on Sunday and we were playing. I was the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. It was so much fun because all this anger that I have in me was like acted out and they were running away from me like I was the monster. And this is the kind of stuff that helps alleviate the sharp edges that it's like because the ego does fight back, but in most instances we have to laugh at it. But then also for me, and that's why I started to journal again, is to stay firm with the mind, stay firm with the fact that you're not the person, that you don't want to grow a better persona. That's not going to mean anything. The point is, no matter what I do in my life, there's only me anyway. So why would I not want to extend this to the sonship and be in my God? I mean, that's who we are. I am perfect now, not because of me, but by the love of my creator. That is perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so by rejecting who you are demonstrating that you think you can believe in some of the truth, but not all of it. This nails all of it. This is great, Len. This is so perfect. Many of you have accepted, for instance, that you are more than your body while retaining your belief in the body. You thus have confused yourself further by accepting that you are two selves, an ego self represented by the body and a spirit self. You see what this is really going to? That represents to you an invisible world in which you can believe but not take part. You thus have placed the ego at odds with spirit, giving the ego an internal and invisible foe to do battle with. This was hardly the purpose of any teachings of the truth that have as their aim. Marcy Gather. That's Marcy, but I have to tell her that I'm on here, Lynn. All right, I'm just going to answer it for a minute, Lynn. I'll be right
Okay,
back.
I'll read then for a while.
Okay.
You mute yourself and talk to Marcy because she's here in the room apparently, according to my thing here. So I'm going to go back. By rejecting who you are demonstrating that you think you can believe in some of the truth, but not all of it. Many of you have accepted, for instance, that you are more than your body while retaining your belief in the body. You thus have confused yourself further by accepting that you are two selves, an ego represented by the body and a spirit self that represents to you an invisible world in which you can believe but not take part. You thus have placed the ego at odds with spirit, giving the ego an internal and invisible foe to do battle with. This was hardly the purpose of any teachings of the truth that have set as their aim the exact opposite of this conflict-inducing situation. The truth unites. There's a three-word sentence. The truth unites. It does not divide. The four-word sentence. 7 words right there. The truth unites. It does not divide. The truth invites peace, not conflict. Partial truth is not only impossible, it is damaging. For sooner or later in this lopsided battle, the ego will win out. The spirit, as you have defined it, is too amorphous, too lacking in definition and believability to win this battle against what you perceive as your reality. I don't know if Sharon's back or not, but I'll just continue reading. And Mickey has to go for a while, but she'll be back. Yes. Okay. You who have come close to truth, only to turn your back and refuse to see it, turn around and look once again. You have traveled your path, and the end of the journey is in sight. You stand at the precipice with a view of the new world glittering with all the beauty of heaven, set off at just a little distance in a golden light. When you could have seen this sight, you turned your back and sighed, looking back on a world familiar to you and choosing it instead. Because, oh, my children, oh, my house, oh, my job, oh, my career, oh, my husband, oh, my. Then we can see heaven, the promised land up here. That's what happened with the Israelites going through the desert. How many times did they get close to where they were going? That's a tiny little place, 40 years wandering in a place that you could probably walk across in 2 days. This is not maybe more than that, I don't know, but it is we do that. We get up close and then we say, oh, okay, not for me, not right now, not enough. I don't want to go there right now because I still have to worry about my kids. I still have to worry about my job. I still have to worry about the world. So I can see it over there, but I'm not going. This is what he's saying here. We're right there. We can see it. It just in a little distance. But when we look at that, we sigh and look back to our familiar world and choose it instead. You do not see that this choice, even made with every good intention of going back and making a difference, is still a choice for hell when you could instead have chosen heaven. And it just makes me think, yes, I have to go take care of my children. Well, we've talked about this. My children are not even really here. They're not children and they're not mine. These are characters in this dreamscape that we have chosen to connect with. And we give it a name, we give it a title, we give it a role, and then we believe that somehow or the other we're responsible for its well-being. But I'm not responsible for the well-being of a dream figure. I'm not responsible for the salvation of something that doesn't exist. But I don't want to think my children don't exist. But they don't. Where do they exist? They exist in my mind. That's the only place where I know they are. So it's my mind, and when my mind is changed, those children are where they have always been, in God's mind, in God's heart. That's where they are.
Yeah, and they're safe. But the thing is, they do exist as existence. They're the same as we are. So, like if my one of my kids wasn't here anymore, you would still know that they're here because they never leave the space. They never leave.
Well, they're in your mind. How could they
Right.
leave?
They can't. Yeah, you're right. They can't leave.
Yeah, yeah. But the idea that if I died, they'd suffer is not true. We see it from this side. Oh, so and so died. Now I'm suffering. Is because we're believing in this world of differences, in this world of change. If we were in the world of everything is perfect and there are no differences, we would definitely see that it doesn't exist and never has. I'm not answering this. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to let you read. It's the pharmacy for my daughter. So I'm going to
Okay,
let you
where is
read.
it? While God remains unknown to you.
We're still in the middle of the last paragraph. Just start from yet.
Yet you know that choosing heaven is the only true way to change the world. It is the exchange of one world for another. This is what you fear to do. You are so afraid to let go of the world that you have not known that, even though it is a world of conflict, sickness, and death, you will not exchange it, will not relinquish it. While God remains unknown to you and you remain unknown to yourself, so too does heaven remain concealed. Thus, in turning your back in heaven, you turn your back on yourself and God as well. This is so perfect. Your good intentions will not overcome the world and bring an end to hell. In all the history of the world, many have done good, heroic, and at times miraculous deeds without the world changing from a place of misery and despair. What is more arrogant, to believe that you alone can do what millions of others have been able to do, or to believe that you in union with God can? What makes more sense, to choose to try again what others have tried and failed to accomplish, or to choose to leave behind the old and choose a new way, a way in which you become the accomplished, and in your accomplishments bring the new into being? Yeah, ideas don't leave their source. What is the difference between your good intentions and willing with God? The difference is in who you think you are and who God knows you to be. Now I'm going to stop here because intention is important, but I think what he's saying, as a person, you are not, your good intentions as a person, but there's an intention in life. How do you want to show up? You want to show up as Holy Spirit. You want the intention today to be all love. So that's Gary Zukav wrote a book, The Seat of the Soul, and it's all about intention. So intention is a very powerful force in the universe, very powerful. However, the good intentions of changing and being help in this world to Jesus is meaningless. Like if I want kids to have their lunches because they're not getting free lunches, I'm dreaming. There's nobody there. It's ephemeral. It's disappearing as I speak. It goes in and out. We're not always in this dream. The dream is a projection. So, if you take I've spoken about this before, the headless way. If you ever did the headless way, you take your finger and you put it right between your eyes. You can see there's no head there. But as soon as you go to touch it, the projector comes on. Why? Because it is a perfect virtual reality. completely computerized. It's a force of a machine, because we are just this empty space that believes that this world is real and believes that I'm the person. So trust not your good intentions, they're not enough, but trust implicitly your willingness, because willingness is in the mind. Willingness, the two things in this process are willingness. Am I willing to see what I denied? Am I willing? And resistance. Now, which one do you want? Right? Which one do you want?
Yeah,
But
I
trust
just
it.
brought this over to look at the course, what he says about willingness and intention, because exactly what she's is saying in here in A Course of Love, the good intentions, they're not enough, but willingness, that's what brings about the change. So he says, trust, this is from A Course in Miracles, trust not your good intentions, they are not enough,
Right,
but trust implicitly your willingness,
right.
whatever else may enter. Concentrate only on this and be not disturbed that shadows surround it. That is why you came. If you could come without them, you would not need the holy instant. Come not to it not in arrogance, assuming that you must achieve the state its coming brings with us. This is what we're talking about, is I'm in this state of mind. The
Mm,
miracle of the holy instant lies in your willingness to
yeah.
let it be what it is. And in your willingness for this lies also your acceptance of yourself as you were meant to be, as you truly are.
Mm,
So the good intentions, they're great, but they're not enough. We really have to look at our willingness and recognizing that the willingness is what brings about the miracle, the shift in mind that comes through the miracle. So let's see,
so it's
Mr.
just
Ron.
about the fact that willingness should be in the forefront. I am willing. Every moment I am willing, because willingness is already of spirit. It's not of ego. As soon as we
Right.
say we're willing. But again, like I was going to say, the seat of the soul is you ever hear of Gary Zukov?
Oh yeah, I play that book. I have the audio book and I play it when I have a long stretch of time. It's
Yeah,
really
he
good.
confuses me a little bit in his teaching, but it's beautiful. I have the book too. It's beautiful. But what he's always talking about is how intention has, in the field, in the contextual field that we're in, intention there. Like if we make the intention to be all love, that's a powerful, way to go into the world. But when we are love, what are we seeing? Are we seeing people or are we seeing grace? That is really the truth.
And my intention may be great, but if I'm not willing, then all my intentions,
Without intention,
I
you have to
intend
be,
to
yeah,
lose 50
yeah,
pounds, but I'm not willing to stop eating or exercise
or doing anything that could hurt me.
or doing anything that could take me out of my comfy chair and put me in.
Right. I can't
Uh,
stand it. It's so funny. You gotta laugh at this stuff because it's crazy.
exactly.
It's absolutely, I mean, you know what I love about this? It just shows me how insane I am. How insane I am about remaining this special character. I mean, you know me, I'm nice, I'm a good person, all of that's bullshit. None of that means anything. None of that means anything.
Yeah.
The only meaning is grace here. The only meaning is presence. So, this is why, I've heard Kate Greaves talk about what she did. She was literally by herself for 2 years just doing this book. And now I don't know if that's how she had her. I don't know if she's completely over this anyway. I don't think anyone wakes up and doesn't have more to do. Would you agree with that, Lynn?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. And I think, because if I think I'm here in a body, then
Right.
the body is the representative of the ego mind.
I
So
love what
yeah,
you
I still
said,
have
Doc,
work
because
to
I
do.
do the same. Yeah, the body, but the body is just a communication device. It doesn't mean much. It's not. Mm,
Well, it's a tool. It's a
yeah.
vehicle. I mean, there's a lot of things that it does, But the main thing, what the Holy Spirit uses the body for is to communicate exactly as you just
Oh,
said.
well, I just want to show you something that Robert wrote that's really helpful. We will willingly relinquish our pain, but not so fast with our pleasures. That is the trap. That is the trap, the pleasure. And that's what Keith's thing was about. Now, in his thing, he's laughing a lot. So it might be hard. It was hard for me because of my brain, but it was all about the fact that the attachment to pleasure is so intense. Like, just let me have that ice cream, please. I just want chocolate, Rocky Road, that kind of thing. Because we know
Mhm.
what that is. And that's a memory. That's all we're looking at is memory. We are not really doing anything. This memory that comes up. Oh, I did love that chocolate. But it lasts for a minute until you get a phone call that something happened to somebody you love. It's just so insane. All right. Anyway, while this difference remains, you cannot share your will with God or do what God has appointed you to do. Who you think you are reveals the choice that you have made. Okay. It is either a choice to be separate from God or a choice to be one with God. It is a choice to know yourself as you always have, or a choice to know yourself with a capital S as God created you. It is the difference between wanting to know God now and wanting to wait to know God until you've decided you are worthy or until some other designated time, such as at death. Look at that. This is so brilliant. This is kind of what I need to hear. That's why it's here. What are good intentions but a choice to do what you can alone by yourself against great odds? This is why good intentions so often fail to come to be at all. And why, when every effort has been made, the outcome seldom seems worth the effort. You cannot earn your way to heaven or to God with your effort or your good intentions. You cannot earn and will not ever feel as if you have earned the designation of a person of such worth that you are deserving of all that God would freely give. Give up this notion. Wow.
I love that. That's the sweetest. Just to that little,
Yes.
look at what you're doing. Look at how do you
Look
see
how silly
all
you are.
this
You
stuff?
guys are just, yeah.
Yeah, give up this notion.
I mean, let's just sit with that. You're actually giving up the like all our lives we hear about God, God, God. And then you find out that you're the same as Jesus. Now, why wouldn't we grab that and run
Yeah,
because of the addiction?
yeah. And
Yeah,
it's a
you will.
desire for control. It's
That's it too.
it's,
Yeah, and more unworthiness. I see unworthiness too. I see that as being, at least for this mind, the unworthiness. How could I be God? I mean, look at me. I've got so. You're not. He's not talking about the little me. He's talking about the big me. Hmm. Okay, so you refuse to recognize that the Christ in you provides the bridge that you need only walk across to the bridge, the distance between heaven and hell, between your separated self and union with God and all your brothers and sisters. You prefer to think a good deed here, a bit of charity there is more important. You just nailed it. Yeah, look how nice I am. I do all of this. I'm trying to open a 12-step meeting for the community. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to be special. Actually, I do feel the program is beautiful. It's a beautiful program, very, very similar to the course, except it doesn't say that this is not a real world or that you're not the character. And that's everything. That's why the Course in Miracles is so advanced, right?
yeah.
You prefer to give up on yourself and to help others. That's what I do without realizing that you can help no others until you've helped yourself. You prefer selflessness to self because this is your chosen way to abolish ego and please God. This is not unlike the attitude of a good mother who decides to sacrifice herself for her children without realizing that her sacrifice is not only unnecessary, but undesirable. Like,
Yeah.
who would think that? Okay. Like, a mother is immediately completely wired to not believe that, to believe that we are in charge of our children. There are children, but meanwhile, they're projections of our mind, and every time you look at your children, they look different because it's just a projection. Like, we have never seen ourselves grow up. This is how much the trance has me in hypnosis, because we only are being projected. So if you look at pictures when you were younger, you look so different because you will always look different because it's a machine that's projected. Oh, she's so cute. Isn't she beautiful? That kind of thing. That's what the mind plays with. And guess what? It is hell. It's
Yeah.
pure hell.
Yeah.
To want pure happiness. My God. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it puts others in hell because
Yeah.
then they're in a box now that they have to preserve. How many women, and I'm just bringing this up specifically, in their, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, go and have surgery to fix their
Yes.
face, to augment their body, to take away their fat, to do all these different things. But why? Because when he fell in love with me, this is what I looked like. And I don't know myself any other way. So I've got to fix my body to match this picture of what I think he loves, my husband or my spouse. When in reality, we train them to believe that
Right.
by making that what is important about us. And
Hmm.
if we only had a culture where the value of what's in a person's heart and their integrity and their true love, empathy, whatever that they have, that's the important thing. That's the thing that counts. The looks have no meaning. I saw a thing, TikTok, which I love TikTok. This Chinese girl, and she had gotten braces on her teeth, and she said, in where I grew up in China, my crooked teeth made me look cute. It was unique and people thought I was cute. But when I started coming on here, people said, "Fix your teeth. Your teeth are awful. How can you how can you be on here with teeth that look like this?" And so now I'm going through this painful getting braces on my teeth to fix myself so I'm acceptable to my audience. And that just made me cry, Sharon. That was it was
Well,
because she
it
was
is sad.
cute.
I mean, people have done so much to their faces just simply because they want to be loved,
Yeah,
to be accepted, to be cherished. And it's just crazy. We
to
are. I mean,
experience
the
themselves
whole,
as
when
lovable.
Jesus says we're insane, he's just saying it mildly. We are insane.
Yeah,
Good intentions neither please nor displease God. God simply waits for your return to heaven, for your acceptance of your birthright, for you to be who you are. You know what the ego says to me? Well, that's boring. What are you going to do? Just sit here and look at the space? And that's the ego just talking to itself.
yeah.
So you got to break through the barriers of these thoughts, you know? Would anybody like to get on and share, like Elizabeth? Who else is on other than Elizabeth? There's a couple people, right?
Did Marcy, is she still here or what's the deal? Did
Oh,
she?
Marcy. No, I don't think she can. I think she's busy, but
Oh,
okay,
okay.
so it's just Marcy. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, you know, we're all in the same boat. Now tonight we have Joel Goldsmith. That should be really good. But I get these doses and I feel, oh yes, I'm all light. I'm all light. And then something happens, or Cliff and I watch something, and it's like you cannot be in both worlds. You must center yourself continuously in the truth.
That's right. That's right. And I my intention today, oh my gosh, my intention today is to, pay attention to my thoughts and to listen to the Holy Spirit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. but I think it's really good he's pointing out the difference between willingness and intention.
Yeah, I
Because,
never even thought of that because Gary uses intention as being very powerful, but it's just
yeah,
words.
yeah, it's not as it is just words, and intention is not nearly, I
Elizabeth
mean,
did.
it means nothing if you don't have the willingness. So I intended to become, you know, a nuclear physicist when I was a little kid. That's what I thought. What's the smartest thing that I could be when I grow up? A nuclear
Yeah.
physicist. So when people say, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I say, "A nuclear physicist." I had no idea what that meant. I had no idea what that meant.
Right.
Turns
Yeah,
out I
but
didn't do
it
good
is
in
a
math.
cool desire though, if you think about it, because you're smart and it gave you power at the time. Like we whatever a profession we have gives us power, but it's false power because
Yeah.
there's a downside to it. Always a downside.
Exactly. And I'm
There's
telling you, nuclear physics is hard if you don't if you're not good with math, because it's
I'm not
all
good with math. I can do what you do. I don't have your brain anyway. I mean,
math.
there's certain people that have that, but here's the thing. Everyone here has a gift. It could be more than one, but we all have them. And one of the things that is important is comparison is the thief of joy. Joy is what
Yes.
we are.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Rafi, good to see you. So yeah, so yeah,
You
your
should come in
intention.
earlier, Rafi. We do this at 10:30 too. This book, The Course of Love, because it's really helpful. I don't know, like through the day, if you just release your stuff, then and just be with just the present moment. Or another thing that helps me a little bit more is just saying, "Who am I? Who am I?" Like Robert Adams always says, just
Yes.
ask.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm into all of that.
I love the ask 1,000 times a day who walks with me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that remembering, I cannot remember who I am without remembering who is here with me and who is my source.
Right. Why would spirit? But I want to tell you something. This was just something that, I guess the ego made up. I would think, well, yeah, spirit walks with me, walks with Sharon, but no, spirit's not walking with anyone because you're not there.
Right.
So I thought, oh, I know on my walk, spirit's with me. No, you're not there. And that's the thing that I have to get, like the finality of it. You're not there. You never were. And all of this is nothing. And this is the character you're playing is ephemeral. It just dissolves. There's nothing to it. So just let the dream go. That's what it basically says. Prolonged interest in self can be damaging as the selflessness of those intent on doing good works rather than leading to knowledge of God. This book is and the course is telling us to be selfish. What does that mean, really? Selfish meaning work on yourself because you're the only one that's really here. You'll naturally help a brother if you know you're in the right mind. So this is a helpful book to really, it's a continuation, but it's also just the mindfulness that when we do fall down the rabbit hole, that we just get back on. We don't
Yeah.
sit there
Yeah.
and call it a failure because it's
Well,
not.
and I
Mind
love
you, right? Yeah, I'm sorry.
because it's you've read this, you've studied this, you know all this stuff now. Here's how you walk through life
Mm.
as this being. So, and then giving us these pointers, you know, trust not your good intentions, which is exactly what Jesus told us in the course.
Mhm.
That God doesn't give a shit.
Right. No, he
My
doesn't
intention
give us
mean
that.
nothing to God. The intention of the ego mean nothing to God. God
Right.
is just hanging out saying, well, sooner or later you're going to get tired and you want to come home. And that's it. All you have to do is say, I want to come home now. No place like home. Click your heels together and boom, you're there. You could have been there all along, as long as you had those shoes.
That was my favorite movie growing up. And I have to say, there must have been something, because it's in all of us. We all know that this, on some level, right, that this isn't our reality,
Yeah.
that it's,
Yeah.
but we don't know it consciously, but it's in us. So I would cry, oh, Dorothy wants to go home. Yeah, I did too. What the heck was I doing here in a world? People screaming at each other. One minute they love you, the next minute you're this, you're that. All of that. It's just
I'll tell
something to
you,
just throw away.
I can never figure out why Dorothy wanted to go home, to be honest with you. I thought that place was pretty dang cool. And if I woke up and found myself in Oz, I think I would want to just explore that as much as I could and as long as I could, because home is friggin' black and white Kansas, where there's nothing but wind and fields.
Yeah. Mhm.
You
You
know?
know, here, I'm going to tell you what Robert wrote. Learning to live ACM is more exciting, terrifying, and exhilarating than any roller coaster ride. That was so helpful for me,
Yeah,
Robert,
I
because
love
that is it. That's the book that I listen to a lot is Ken's Living A Course in Miracles, living it. In other words, in that, you probably have it, Lynn. It's just like, it just tells you basically how to live this process. Not to tell anybody you're doing it, just do it. And just to know that everything in your dream is you. So you want to hurt yourself or so
Yeah, I have
mm,
it on Audible, which is a
yeah,
lot of things. Let's see where we're at. We're at 9:27 or 11:27 or whatever time you want to call it, 12:27, wherever you are.
right. Yeah,
I
who
am going to
cares?
go ahead and close this. I'm going to mark here. Oh, no, I'm going to read this last. Let's see, is this okay? We still have plenty to go in this prelude. Um, but I'll just read this and we'll take this as our
Okay.
thought for the week. Another failure to accomplish lies at the other end of the spectrum, with a concentration on self that seems to have no end point and no limit to the interest it generates. While forgiveness and the release of guilt are necessary, and while recognizing of gifts and what leads to joy cannot be done without, they are the point only to the extent of making one ready for a new choice. Prolonged interest in self can be as damaging as the selflessness of those intent on doing good works. Rather than leading to acknowledge of God, prolonged interest in self can further entrench the ego. So we'll start back there. I'll mark this because I think this takes a little bit more time than what we're.
It's just a continuation of the book, of the
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, it is. And um,
The one
let's.
thing that that I have recognized is how hateful the ego really is. It's really hate. It's pure hate.
It's pure hate. Yeah.
So why would I want something that's pure hate?
Well, it's so interesting.
I think it's just those laws of chaos. I'm going to concentrate on them for the
Yeah.
next until I really get them down pat. All right, I'm going to listen because Rafi's here now. Who else is here? Elizabeth. I think that Mickey will come back, and I'll share too. So I'll stay and be here. But I'm going to make. I'm cooking something, so I'm going to listen for a little bit.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'll go find our place. I'm going to go ahead and stop this Zoom. And again, ask people if you want to subscribe to our channel and click the like. So we'll know that you've been here and been listening and watching. Maybe make a comment if you feel compelled to make a comment. That's what I've been trying to do is go and comment and like on other people's videos so they know I've been there and that